Hello everyone, today I'm going to be having a look at this Hotpoint washer dryer model FDEU9640. I'm staying in a holiday home near sea houses on the Northumbrian coast, and this is the appliance that's been provided for us to wash and dry our clothes, and I have used it a couple of times, so I'm going to try and take you step by step how to set the machine for washing and drying, and a few other hints and tips. But if that's not sufficient, I'll also leave a link under the video so you can read the online instructions for yourself. So without any further ado, let's take a quick tour of this washing machine and then I'll start a load of washing. I must apologise for any background noise you can hear in this video because I'm in a utility room with an extractor fan and I can't turn it off. If I turn it off, it means turning off the light. So we're not going to see much of the video, so I'm having to leave the light on, so hopefully you'll bear with me and you'll be able to hear and understand what I'm saying. Hopefully most of the noise will be drowned out by my voice. So here's the machine. It's fairly straightforward to use. I mean, I managed to work out how to set it without looking at the instructions, but there are a few things that you need to look at the instructions for before you use the machine. Here is the drawer, and on it has all the programs that this washing machine has: anti-stain, anti-stain quick, whites, cottons, eco cotton 60, synthetics. Then there's some special programs here: anti-allergy 60, wool program delicate, fast wash 30, wash and dry 45, and then we've got drying programs. So number 12 is for drying cottons, 13 drying synthetics, and 14 drying wool. And then there's a separate rinse and a spin and pump out program. This is the main program selector dial that you just turn either way to the program you want to select. So for example, if I want to do the anti-stain quick, I'd need to turn the dial to setting 2, and then I can switch the machine on using this button here. This is a temperature selector dial that enables you to choose the temperature of the wash program from cold right up to 90 degrees, but you won't be able to choose a temperature above the recommended temperature for the program you've set. You can go down in temperature, but you can't go up. So for example, you can do a 60 wash, 60 degree program, but select 40 degrees on the temperature control dial, or you can choose to wash with cold water. It's up to you. But as I said, if you select synthetics with a maximum wash temperature, you can't override that. Even if you put it on 90, the machine won't allow you to do it. It just allows you to reduce the temperature of your wash cycle, which should in turn reduce the time it takes to wash your garments. We have 4 option buttons here underneath the control dials. You can select super wash, which won't allow me to do that on this program because it's flashing. Superwash is only applicable on certain programs, so we'll try it on cottons because that's what I'm hoping to wash on the cotton program, which is 4. It's not allowing me to do that at the moment, so there's only certain options you can use. So if it flashes like that, it means you can't use Superwash on selected programs. So just trying to see which ones it allows you to. Clearly, well, you can do Superwash on the rinse program and on program 1, which is anti-stain. So you'll know if it allows you. It allows you to do it on program 3 as well, which is whites, but it wouldn't let me do it on regular cottons. So these are options you can only use on selected programs. So if it, as I said, if it flashes, it means you can't use that program. To do a clean cycle, and I have done this on this machine, you need to press Superwash and slow spin together, hold them in for about 5 seconds, and then it will start doing a clean program. You can use a detergent or a washing machine cleaner in the machine when you do that cycle. We've also got a time save, which I have used, which will reduce the wash time of selected loads, and an eco wash, which normally means it takes a lot longer to do but will use less energy. This dial here controls the tumble dryer dryness settings. If you want them cupboard dry, you select the symbol that's marked cupboard. Hanger dry is obviously the hanger setting. If you want them ready to iron, then you select iron dry. and this 180 will do a timed dry for 180 minutes. You can turn the dial round to also 150 minutes, and then 90 minutes and 40 minutes. Once you've selected the program, all you have to do is press the start button and the machine will run through the program. These indicators here show you the stage of the wash cycle. So the top indicator shows the machine is washing, rinsing, spinning, drying. Then you've got the end symbol, and this symbol lights up when the door is locked, and you shouldn't try to force the door open until that light goes out. As you can see, the machine will take a 9 kilogram wash load and a 6 kilogram dry load maximum. This is the detergent and softener dispenser tray, and you'll see that it opens in a slightly different way to many machines. Simply put your hand in the recess and it swivels out like so. This is the main compartment that you can put liquid or powder detergent. When using liquid detergent, there is a little partition that fits down the back of this, and it's normally stored in this slot here, but it's missing on this machine. When using powder, you want to make sure that there's no partition in there, but if you're using liquid, install the partition, otherwise the liquid will just run straight into the machine before it starts the program. Don't put anything inside this middle section. This section here is for your fabric conditioner. I'm going to be washing a load of mainly cotton garments. Some are quite damp and sandy from our walks. We've got absolutely soaked. So in everything goes. Now this time I'm not going to actually use any detergent, because I've brought with me, if I can find them, here they are. They're Dr. Beckman's Magic Leaves laundry detergent sheets. They're biological and they dissolve in the washing machine. So for normal loads you can use one of these sheets, or for larger heavily soiled loads you can put 2 in them. They're recommended by the Good Housekeeping Institute. So that's all it is. That is your detergent. I like these, especially when going on holiday, because you're not worried, if you're taking liquid detergent, you're not worried that they're going to leak in your car or caravan. So there's no problem with these. Just keep them sealed up. You can reseal the top, and then you just place 1 or 2 in the washing machine. They do foam up a fair bit, so I'm just going to place 1 directly in the drum on top of the laundry, and then close the door. So I'm going to turn the machine on and then select cottons, which is program number 4. The temperature dial is set to 40, but I can reduce that if I want to 30, 20 or cold. But I think a 40-degree wash is what I want to use for this particular load. And then all I have to do now is press the start button. The cotton program I've selected will take an average of 235 minutes, but that can vary. It can be slightly less, can be slightly more. There are various factors to consider, including the incoming temperature of the water. This is a cold fill washing machine only, so it's going to fill up with cold water and heat to the correct temperature. The length of time it takes also depends on the size of your wash load. So if you're doing a big full load, you might find it takes a bit longer. If you're doing a smaller load, then the machine should balance it out, sense it, and wash for slightly less time. So hopefully this is going to do a wash, rinse, and a 1400 spin. When that's finished, we'll select a separate drying program, but I might have to take out some of the garments, because obviously this is not going to dry as many clothes as it can wash. And it is a fairly big load I've put in there. So as you can see, the machine is filling. As you can hear, rather, you might be able to hear it filling. So it's going to fill, distribute the laundry, and it might keep topping up the wash water until it's found the correct level. It also depends on the absorbency, and as I said, the amount of garments you've got in the machine. It'll depend, but the machine will sense, it'll do its various things before it actually stops filling, and then it will start the main wash program. that's the washing finally finished. I will say about this Hotpoint, it's very sensitive when it comes to spinning. It just doesn't want to spin. It keeps sensing an unbalanced load and distributes, and it takes forever to start the spin, much like a Hoover one I showed on my channel a while ago. So yeah, it's very frustrating if you're there watching it. If you leave it, don't watch it, it should be fine, but if you're trying to film it, then it's so frustrating. Anyway, it's done its full program. Wash, rinse and spin. And let's take out this cotton t-shirt, give it a smell. Yeah, it smells clean. I've not used fabric softener, I don't really need to. So what I might do, I don't know if, well, I'll take a few items out actually and try the tumble dryer. I think this could be a poly cotton mix, so I think I'll just dry that on a clothes horse, and this t-shirt as well. What else could we take out? Well, I've got another t-shirt, these will just dry. I don't want to put too much in for the tumble dryer. It's all going over the floor. Right, I think I'll risk it. I'll leave the rest in and see what it does. I don't know. I'm not really sure what 6 kilograms is. I think I might take out this big hoodie. Right, so I'll take out 3 items, leave the others in, put them back in, including the jeans. Let's get these pants and socks, shove them in. Close the door, and then we'll select a tumble dry program. The first thing I need to do is select the tumble dryer setting on the main dial, and we're tumble drying cottons, so that's program number 12. So we'll just turn the dial to 12, switch on, and then we need to select how dry we want the garments. So in this instance, I'm going to try for cupboard dry, and then, as far as I know, all I need to do now is press the start button. I've left the tumble dryer to finish. We've just been out on our last walk of the holiday, and I've come back and it's completed the cycle. I did it on cupboard dry, so, well, those pants feel a little bit damp. I think I'm going to put these on an airer to finish the job, because they're not, I suppose they would be a bit drier. They're not bad actually. They're quite creased. These cotton trousers, they're very creased. I do have a tumble dryer at home. It's a heat pump model, standalone, and that takes an 8 kilogram load, I think. And it doesn't crease anything like this one. That's very creased. The jeans, they'll be the heaviest fabric. Again, yeah, they still feel a little bit damp, but if I was to iron these straight away, they'd be fine. Especially, yeah, when I turn them in back the right way, they are a little bit on the damp side, but I'll just hang them over an airer, and by the morning they'll be thoroughly dry, I think. But, you know, I'm not a fan of washer dryers, but if you've only got space for one appliance and you've no other way of drying your clothes, then, you know, it is an option. Yeah, still a lot more creased than I'd expect. And it's basically just pants and socks now. But yeah, they still feel a little bit damp. But anyway, I'll just pop those back in. Hope this video has been useful for you. And I hope I've shown you how to operate this machine, but as I said at the start of the video, I will put a link below, so if you click on that it'll take you to Hotpoint's webpage and you'll be able to look at the instruction online. If you want to print it out, you should be able to print it out as well. But all in all, yes, it's not my machine. It's good enough for a holiday cottage. It's not something I would want. I've had experience of Hotpoint and Indesit models in holiday cottages and I wasn't impressed, especially with the way they're very, very sensitive with unbalanced loads. With my Miele, it tends to balance the load a lot quicker and then it starts spinning. But then my Miele has cast iron weights rather than the concrete that you get in most washing machines. So the Miele does spin a lot easier. I mean, it doesn't take long for it to distribute the weight of the clothing and then it starts spinning and it'll soon ramp up to its full spin speed. But yeah, it's done the job anyway. It's washed all my clothes and the other things we put in it. We had to wash a dog bed in it earlier in the week. Yeah, it's okay, but hopefully you'll know how to use it now. I've probably not told you everything you need to know, but hopefully the instruction book that you can view should tell you everything you need to know about this Hotpoint washer dryer. So thanks for watching. Until the next video, I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.